Spero Clinic, Tyler, for your graduation today. I know you have some things to say, but I just want to say you and I had a very special talk in my office where I feel like I really saw myself in you when I was younger. And that meant a lot to me too. I'm still learning from you guys. So I'm going to give you the floor.
So I wrote a speech. I timed it. It's pretty short, so.
That's you in a nutshell.
Hello everyone, my name is Tyler Nakazaki. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I'm 28 years old and I had CRPS in my right leg for about 1 year. Rather than going through my whole medical history, I've opted to give a brief summary and share a little bit about what CRPS has taught me. I had 3 open heart surgeries as a baby, one at 2 days old, one at 1 year old, and one at 5 years old. I contracted tuberculosis in 2015. I had a stroke in 2021. And I had heart failure in 2022, which I ended up on life support. And after I found myself with the worst pain of CRPS and also a tumor in my stomach, which was successfully removed last year. Of all these things in my life, CRPS was the one thing that I couldn't see a future anymore. It was so debilitating and left me feeling hopeless above everything I'd ever been through. I own and operate coffee shops with my brothers back at home, and for the first time, I didn't care about the business. I no longer even knew if I wanted to get married. I didn't know if I wanted to have kids because I felt like everything and anything that I touched was just a burden. I was tired of continuing to keep fighting. Since I didn't have a family of my own and minimal responsibilities, I felt maybe dying was the best option for myself. With that said, I wanted to share 2 things that CRPS has taught me, and I hope I will continue to grow and meditate on as I go through life. Number 1, life is not about happiness, but it's about finding peace. It is a simple fact of life that we experience pain and moments of happiness, but defining our existence by either one can be damaging in the end. Life swings on the side of bad, and what else swings on the side of good? Chasing a moment of happiness is so fleeting, and hyper-focusing on our suffering leaves us empty, stuck, and utterly hopeless. Regardless if the pendulum of life swings, good or bad, finding some sort of center and being at peace in our hearts and minds is perhaps the best way to a life of contentment. And number 2, your mind is your greatest tool and your greatest enemy. You believe what you believe about yourself will manifest through your actions and attitude. Whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. Choosing to focus on what is possible rather than choosing to focus on what is possible regardless of what life looks around you is one of the most powerful things you can do. Whether it be with business, work, pain, health, family, or yourself, learning to make your mind a fortress that cannot be broken by circumstance is one of the greatest tools that we have. Before CRPS, I always saw life as opportunity, and that was not to be wasted, and I lost a lot of that. I am still working through many of these thoughts, but I can say today that I want to choose to see life as an opportunity. To close, I want to thank all the doctors and staff at Spero Clinic. Your compassionate attitudes and what you guys do here every day is making a huge difference in the lives of individuals as well as families. And thank you, Dr. K, for dedicating your life to helping others. You restored hope for so many individuals and families. It's near impossible to quantify the impact that you have made. Thank you to Travis for pushing me on the days I didn't want to be pushed and always cheering me on. Your calm and collected attitude always gave me some reassurance in the end that it'll all be okay. On the days I was emotionally beaten down, you encouraged me to look how far I've come, that I was almost there. And the pop-up music in your room always brought me comfort and nostalgia and flooded me with memories of a younger version of myself that was only excited about life. Thank you to all my friends and family back at home that have checked up on me and even visited me in my time here. Thank you to my sister-in-law, Lauren, for finding Spero Clinic after one of my many rants about how much I wanted to die. Thank you to my younger brother for never blaming me despite the challenges we faced in our business and lives because of my health. You started the business when you were only 21 and you held on strong and worked hard regardless of how tired you may have been at times. This might go longer than 6 minutes.
You all right?
Thank you to my parents. You said, even if I gave up on myself, you guys never would, and you never did. You told me to keep trying. You told me you would keep trying any and everything to make me better, and you did. Since I'm feeling a bit better now, the ambition has resparked in me, and the entrepreneurial fire has been rekindled. I can once again envision a life of my goals where I pick you up in my Rolls Royce, and we can go to the golf country club and spend a day together with our grandchildren. But I've also been learning that life is simple, learning to enjoy each and every moment because time is the most scarce commodity. Even though I never really say it, I love you both immensely. Thank you to my girlfriend Alice. Thank you for listening to my countless TED Talks in the car about how much I hated life, hated everything, my many existential nihilistic rants stating everything was worthless and meaningless. You just sat there and stood by me through it all for several years. You helped me walk, spent endless days at the hospital, pushed me around in a wheelchair for months, but most importantly, you always listened and never invalidated how I felt. I always thought I had my life planned out, but I can't wait to come home and figure out the rest of my life with you. And lastly, I want to thank all the patients and families at Spero. Despite where we came from, this is the one place I didn't have to say much, but I felt understood. I hope we can believe in our hearts that life is much more than pain, and we can still live abundant lives. I've yet to figure out my true purpose here on earth, and maybe several of you feel the same, especially with this condition. But know that you have all inspired me, and in times I question the value of my own life, your stories and progress inspired me to keep going, especially during my time here in Arkansas. And thank you, Audra, for talking me into physically ringing this bell. I can go home now and put this part of my life in the back of my memory, but continue to grow from the physical, mental, and intangible muscles I grew during dealing with CRPS. In some ways, I am tragically thankful for CRPS. It has caused me to think deeper about what life is all about, to enjoy every single moment, and to live a life of gratitude. Thank you.
I'm very proud of this guy. As you kind of heard all the different up and down emotions that he's been through, I watched him go through a lot of those, and it broke my heart seeing some of those downs, but it really motivated me, and I think everyone else, to continue to be a part of the journey to find those ups again. And over the last few weeks, all I've heard you talk about is all the houses you're going to buy and all the shit you're going to do. And I loved every minute of it because I knew you were back. And I knew that was really who you are. And I'm excited for you to get back and live your true self, man. Live your life. So, proud of you.